So in this video I wanted to go through the results of undercoating the car yesterday. Here we're looking at the front trunk. Let's go first to the smuggler's box. The box here got a coating of POR-15 all the way around, and then this was followed by rubberized undercoating. Regarding the POR-15 on the upper deck here, I went pretty far back just to lay down a protective coating to minimize the potential for any rust from moisture or water. I sprayed the bottom of the trunk here where the fuel tank hole is with rubberized undercoating all through here, whereas up towards the top I left the POR-15 coating, so it's a high glossy black, whereas obviously the rubberized undercoating is kind of more dull. On the camber plate mounts, I taped those up because I didn't want any undercoating from spraying in the wheel well to result in overspray on the hood here. So that worked out well. Very satisfied with the rubberized undercoating there. Let's move on towards the headlight boxes. I coated these, I degreased these, metal prepped them to neutralize any rust. There was not a sign of any rust in these headlight boxes, but nevertheless I did coat the inside of the box with POR-15 and also a coat of just a quick spray of rubberized undercoating. Did quite well. The horn grill box I used POR-15 on, same with the turn signal boxes. And regarding rubberized undercoating, it worked out quite well all over the front and then the sides. Let's move on to the driver's side wheel well. So rubberized undercoating did quite well here. I was able to spray way up near the fuel inlet here and way back in this front fender. And then towards the front, everything was I applied POR-15 on everything going forward and then sprayed rubberized undercoating there as well. Here we are looking at the rear passenger side wheel well. I was able to go work way back in here. You can see the results here. Did quite a good job and went all the way back to the taillight lens in the box and got way up high. In the rear wheel well of these cars, there's a crevice way up in the top of the this rear quarter panel that goes back. I'm reaching as far as I can now, and then there's about a 3/8 of an inch gap or 1/4 inch gap where you can no longer really get anything, but I was able to get a wand back in there with POR-15 and coat that. It's actually a quite area that really is unreachable. So the idea with so much protection with both POR-15 and rubberized undercoating is that one of the major problems with these older vintage cars is that anytime you hit a puddle or go through the rain, your tires are just spinning water everywhere. And in these rear quarter panels, you're going to have water going way up in there under the rocker panels. I have seen some newer modifications of Porsches where some carbon fiber sheets have been used on the wheel well to keep water out. But you know full well in newer cars, their wheel wells are covered with a plastic plate that doesn't allow water to get anywhere. In fact, the entire underbody or under chassis of a newer car is covered with plastic. So water's kept out of near the transmission, the engine, everywhere in the front and rear trunks, the front engine bay in newer cars, the headlights. The water's never going to get up near the headlights, whereas in a car like this, water goes everywhere. So the idea here is to lay down some additional protection to minimize humidity, moisture, water from causing any rust. This is I lucked out with this car. It was an Oregon car that had very, very little rust, and it's still that way today. So primarily because it's only been driven on sunny weekends for about 3 to 5 miles over the last 20 to 30 years. It's never been on really long cruises or canyon cruises, but stayed at home and only went out on very dry, sunny days. And finally, here are the rear tail lens light boxes that were also coated with POR-15 and followed up with a coating. I didn't spray rubberized undercoating in here, but overall quite satisfied with the results.